Do you have enough? Do you have enough?
This is sad. This is sad.
What the fuck is she doing?
I don't know, and I didn't see.
During this break-in, one of the criminals wore an orange jumpsuit and used a sledgehammer to break through the front glass doors to gain entry. The other individual, wearing navy tracksuit pants and a gray beanie, stole valuable items from the display cases and concealed them in a dark backpack. They ran away quickly but swiftly, as if nothing ever happened. A funny incident involving a robber was caught on camera when he found himself in a difficult situation. The robber had to put in a lot of effort to enter the store. He can be seen trying to break the barrier multiple times but failed miserably. After doing everything he could do, he tried the last solution, which was to crawl from beneath, and strangely, it did work. He managed to enter the place and fully raid it. After looting the place, he tried to exit the same way he came, crawling from beneath, but he got stuck. He could not crawl back, and again tried to break through the barrier, but this time, none of his tries were successful. He could not escape, and remained trapped in the store. A miserable fail. 3 men can be seen breaking into a store. The time was reported to be around midnight. They entered by breaking and shattering the glass door. As soon as they entered, they proceeded straight to the cash register. They tried raiding the machine and proceeded towards the ATM. They tried breaking down the machine using tools and successfully managed to do so. After obtaining their desired items, they can be seen running away from the back door. Let's say they definitely executed their plan perfectly. A recent shoplifting case was bizarre. A group of 4 completely covered individuals were involved in this case. They can be seen filling their carts with goods. The most interesting thing is that most of their stolen items included paper towels and detergents. After exiting the store, they then dumped all the items into their getaway vehicles. During this raid, the employees could not stop them. This was because it was against the policy to interfere, and they feared losing their jobs.
Ha! Don't! Because you're gonna get fired. That's why prices go up, because of these can't get a job like the rest of us.
Most major retailers, they do have like a no chase policy, no intervene, just to contact law enforcement immediately.
This left the passersby to watch in utter disappointment. The police were called, but it was too late. The group had already left. It was only later that it was discovered that those 4 people somehow managed to steal over $1,600 worth of items. What a crazy world. The police apprehended a thief who had stolen $20,650 from a bank. CCTV footage of the robbery shows the thief walking around in the bank when he accidentally drops all the cash that he was holding inside his jacket. He can be seen trying to pick all the cash up in a hurry. Since he had nowhere else to put it into, he started putting the cash into an umbrella he found lying near him. However, even after leaving the bank, Williams ended up driving his getaway vehicle over police spikes, which ultimately caused him to move on foot. And when he tried to flee on foot, he slipped on ice and injured himself. Looks like stealing needs practice too. This group of men pretended to be interested in purchasing jewelry and acted like any other customer. Unfortunately, they turned out to be armed thieves. Out of nowhere, they started threatening the worker using their weapons. They started taking out boxes of jewelry from the display, which ended up being worth around $200,000 to $300,000. The other customers looked totally confused as the robbers make a run after raiding the store. These thieves are indeed embarrassed. Look at them crawling around the store where it seems they are stealing. It's incredible how quick-minded the phone store owner must have been. The man held 2 phones in his hand for comparison. During this, the owner had locked the doors to prevent any possibility of the man running away. Indeed, what was expected ended up being exactly what happened. The man suddenly ran for it in hopes of stealing the 2 phones, but thankfully, the store's doors were locked. The man was left facing utter embarrassment as he turned around to return the phones. He started making excuses and blaming it on his friends that forced him to do it.
What made you so hard to force me to do it? I'm the police right now.
The store owner posted a video on social media, emphasizing that they were always welcome if they needed food on their tables. Truly, good people are out there if you try to find them. These 3 men can be seen entering this place without any good intentions. They can be seen all over the place, clearly finding any valuables to put their hands on. They cautiously listen for sounds nearby, making it apparent that they're nervous. They then continue to break down the next door and barge into it. Our top priority is customer service. This owner took this slogan a little too seriously. A man barges in and starts threatening the owner. He uses a weapon to scare him and starts demanding money. The owner simply ignores him and continues to do his work. He gets the order from behind and hands the takeaway to the waiting customer. The man ends up leaving himself. He must have been so embarrassed. The only thing that was harmed that day was his ego. They say it was like a scene from a movie, but unfortunately, it was all too real. A man entered a jewelry store and threatened everyone with a weapon. He smashed the glass display cases and looted the cash register, taking everything he could. The store's owner had been working there for decades, along with an employee who did not want to return to work after the incident.
You come to work and this just changes your life. She doesn't want to come back to work. And we can replace anything, but it's very hard to replace an employee like that. All these incidents that are happening in San Jose to the small businesses, we were to a point that we're thinking of closing our doors.
Luckily, the police were able to track down the man and 2 accomplices and arrested them. 2 men conspired to rob an ATM. One of them used a forklift, while the other one prepared a pickup truck. The man using the forklift struck the machine, and just by one hit, the machine was broken down and separated from the platform. Afterward, he continued to pick up the machine and load it onto the waiting truck. Now what happened next was even funnier. The ATM on the truck ended up falling in the middle of the road on the street, causing a road accident. All that work for ultimately nothing. The men managed to escape from the scene, but they were empty-handed. This man enters the store yelling and demanding money.
Everybody get down! Give me all the money! It's got the boxes! Give me all the money! Get down! Where's the money? Give me the money! Where's the money? Everybody give me everything!
However, he ends up making a fool out of himself. Was his voice not scary enough? No one moved an inch, and everyone awkwardly stared at the shouting man. He starts to feel embarrassed.
Where's the money? Give me the money.
At last, he ends up leaving the store, but all flustered. Looks like the only thing that was stolen was his confidence. In this video, a man can be seen all dressed in black with his face fully covered. He starts to attach the truck chain to the ATM. He waits for the driver to move the car, and when the car moves, it breaks the machine open with it. The man in black then continues to fully attach the chain to the machine with the help of some tools. The driver moves the car away, breaking down the ATM from the platform. He then drives away, with the machine attached to the car, being dragged all the way across the road. In the end, the man can be seen running away into the distance. These 3 men quickly jump out of the truck, holding heavy tools, and start breaking the ATM. While they do this, the fourth man, the driver, parks the car backward so they can flee quickly. They break the machine from the platform using chains and the truck.
Took them 2 minutes to gain access to that machine. They were in and out really quickly. They knew exactly how to get access to the soft panel, the sheet metal panel, and then they had the tow hooks to snatch onto the solid steel door. That's about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch plate that they snatched out of there.
They then turn it over, take money worth around $20,000, and leave the scene. A man dressed in black quickly entered the store and jumped over the counter. He threatened the employee and demanded that they empty the cash register. The employee complied and put the money into a black bag. The man finally left the store. Putting family first is essential, but one man took it to an extreme level. He decided to rob a pizza place to get Christmas gifts for his children. Even though he was robbing the place, he politely asked the woman at the counter to please empty the cash registers into his bag. He then explained his reasons for doing so. It's visible how he feels guilty doing what he was doing. After obtaining the cash from the lady, he quickly left. At least he was polite about it. As expected, this man came and tried to smash one of the car windows using a glass puncturer. After failing initially and leaving, he returned, eventually breaking through the window and stealing the goods. The video footage was then used to dig deeper into the case. This lady finds the thief's accomplice and asks him questions about his whereabouts, but fails to get any desired answer. This is not only disappointing, but also a scary situation. This man is seen putting what appears to be detergent and other items into a large bag before dragging it out of the room. Watch how these two individuals assist each other in robbing a store. One of them remains by the door, prepared to aid in their escape. The other person enters the jewelry store and uses an axe to break through the display cases. The store employee starts recording the perpetrator as he collects as many items as possible. Due to him being armed, no one was able to intervene and stop him from his ugly act. He ran off for the exit, and the two individuals then fled the scene. It was a well-planned robbery, but still just as illegal. Now, this is the pure definition of being helpless. Watch how this clerk at a store counter silently watches the store being looted, knowing there's nothing he can do to stop it. Over 100 young people suddenly barge into the store. They started to fully raid and loot the store, creating total chaos. As they entered together, they left the store together too. They had their hands filled up with stolen goods. But by the time they all left, the store was a total mess. It took the robber a considerable amount of time to steal from the store. He turned towards the cash register while the women inside ran out to alert the nearby police. The man broke open the cash register and grabbed the money. However, just as he was about to escape, a police officer entered and arrested him. A big save. A group of 6 robbers attempted to steal some bikes from a motorcycle showroom. 2 of them entered the store while the others gradually joined. As they escaped with a stolen bike, the shop workers confronted them and a fight broke out. The robbers tried to defend themselves with steel rods, but eventually fled the scene without stolen goods. A large group of people were seen rushing into a store with unclean intentions of looting it. They were seen running around the aisles, picking up anything they could get their hands on. After grabbing what they wanted, they quickly left the store with their stolen goods. It was a disappointing and unfortunate event. The jewelry store owner is now afraid to keep the door open due to a recent robbery. This is all thanks to this robber. The robber posed as a customer at first, but he suddenly took out a weapon. He further continued to threaten the owner. The robber started taking the jewelry off of the walls, obtaining items worth quite a bit of money. He then ran away with the stolen goods.
Since 15 years ago, we don't have robbing. Only yesterday they come. He came, he want to buy something. He told him, show me the 14-carat chain, the big chain for my girlfriend. He showed him the place, and after he showed him, he opened the door. For 1 second, he been inside. He just grabbed 4 tray, the biggest chain I have, and he told him, open the register. He opened the register, he take all the money. Maybe I gotta close this business because it's dangerous. You know, I don't want, that's all what I have in my life. If they take everything, I will be homeless.
The store owner is visibly upset and frightened by this incident because it was his first robbery experience in 15 years of work. Multiple luxury stores were looted and ransacked by hundreds of people, resulting in the theft of thousands of dollars worth of goods and a complete mess left behind.
People need to start chaos in order to make their point across.
Passers-by watched in shock as the looters took many items and rushed to escape. Many people can be seen raiding a store. Reports say they quickly looted it and had their vehicles already prepared to leave. They take their time and dump all the stolen items into the cars. Passers-by looks on in confusion as more and more people can be seen exiting the store carrying the unending stolen merchandise. 2 men stormed into a small restaurant and leaped over the counter, intimidating the worker and demanding money. The worker complied and opened the cash register. However, as they attempted to flee, they were apprehended by the police and caught in the act. In this video, 2 men can be seen walking into a liquor store. Their third friend stays at the door as a lookout. The 2 men begin robbing the store. During this, they grab hold of the clerk, making him realize he is being robbed. The camera doesn't capture what happens next, but it is clear that they have committed a crime. Another day, another robbery. These dozens of looters barge through stores and raid the place.
I don't know, and I didn't see no.
Oh, where? Take it to the back corner.
They can be seen running out with hands full of stolen items and leaving as if nothing happened. Surveillance cameras captured footage of a group of individuals ransacking a store. The mob can be seen grabbing as many purses as they can carry from the display shelf in seconds.
The recent uptick over the last few years with smash and grab robberies, it is definitely a new trend.
6 suspects can be identified in the footage as they escape one by one through the store's exit. It's a sad reality that even holy places are not safe anymore.
I couldn't believe it.
A 78-year-old woman was robbed unknowingly by 2 ladies who pretended to pray together. One held her hand, pretending to pray, while the other quietly took out the woman's wallet. After emptying it, the thief returned the wallet and the woman left.
Keep your eye on your wallet even at church, I guess.
I just never in a million years thought about anything like that happening.
It's sickening. What happened is ridiculously evil.
Later, the thieves shopped using the victim's credit card and money. Such a shameful act. A man pretending to be a customer suddenly rushed from the aisles to the counter and threatened the woman working there. He demanded money, and fearing for her safety, the woman quickly emptied the cash register and gave him piles of cash. The man left quietly without causing any further disturbance. 2 men entered the store. One stayed near the door to assist in their escape. However, the other one goes straight for the watch display. He examines his surroundings and proceeds to smash the display. He grabs an expensive watch and heads straight for the door. This alarms the staff and the workers who run after the man.
The 2 guys could walk in, one with a gun, break a glass, and not be afraid of retribution. But that's the message that they have, and that's the message that they're going to bring out to their community. And they're going to go back on the corner and going to brag about this and laugh about this.
Surprisingly, 2 of the store employees were armed but still didn't manage to catch the robbers. The robbers successfully managed to get exactly what they wanted. A man entered the store and quietly showed the working lady his weapon. He demanded cash, and the worker began emptying the cash register. Little did he know, the cops were behind him, and he was arrested. An unbelievable event occurred at a store. A massive robbery involving hundreds of people.
Oh my God! This is sad. This is sad. This is the problem.
Shockingly, the store was left unattended by the police for over 15 hours. Despite being called several times, no officers arrived at the scene.
Nobody would come. And we were very distraught, my husband and I. It was a very helpless feeling.
Come down here and help us clean this shop right, please.
For an owner that does so much for our community, that gives people second chance opportunity to work. These are African Americans in this community that he employs, and you destroying this market like this now unemploys them for weeks.
This is your neighborhood shop right, where you eat, where you shop, where you get your food. I need somebody to please explain to me how this represents getting justice for George Floyd.
Who do you think is responsible for this negligence? A man walked into a luxury store and requested to see a Rolex watch. Unfortunately, the store did not have it in stock. Upon being told this, the man desperately asked if the store had anything that was just as valuable. The man was shown a gold chain worth $20,000. He then wore it to check its fit. The worker locked the door for safety. The man took off his chain. During this, another man came at the entrance. Thinking it was another customer, the worker opened the door, but the man was found to be an accomplice of the chain man. He helped the man snatch the chain, and they ran away together. This incident caused a significant loss for the store, which is unfortunate. 3 men entered this taco place in search of some cash. They stupidly ransacked the place, which was out of money. Looks like these men couldn't find any tacos they wanted. The owner made videos requesting information on them so that they could serve them the tacos they wanted. Hilarious. 2 men break into a liquor store. One heads straight to the beverages and starts filling his bag with them. Meanwhile, the other man runs to the end of the store and returns with some items in his hand. They both quickly leave, successfully carrying out their plan. A robber was caught on camera displaying an unusual level of politeness. The video shows the robber calmly informing the worker that he is being robbed and then politely asking the employee to empty the cash register.
Thank you.
Now, if you do me a favor,
Yes.
would you empty that till for me, please? Put it right here.
What do you mean?
Empty the till. Put your bills right here. So I'm robbing you, sir.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Throughout the ordeal, the robber apologizes multiple times and appears embarrassed. He explains that he needs the money to feed his kids.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I need the money. I've got kids that need to be fed, sir.
I
know I am, sir. I realize that. And I really am sorry to have to do this. But I've got kids.
How about if I give you $40 and this is it?
Well, I can't do that, sir. I've got rent to pay, I've got bills, and the kids need to eat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I really am sorry, and if I ever get back on my feet again, sir, I'll bring it back.
I'm sorry. God be with you, man.
Thank you very much, and with you too.
Thank you.
Despite the awkward situation, the worker hands over the cash without resistance. Times truly have been getting difficult lately, haven't they? Sadly, they do not justify illegal actions. Watch how this clown-masked 17-year-old teenager turns out to be armed, robbing multiple restaurants. He can be seen threatening the workers. He ends up getting arrested later on by the police. Bragging goes totally wrong. These two men were arrested after uploading a video of themselves bragging about their robbery on social media. This video was most definitely targeted at their friends, but the police ended up seeing that video. The cops discovered that the men did not only have cash, but also a safe containing jewelry worth $500,000.
No credit card scam, man. We don't got time to show our face in no bank. We don't got no time to show our face in no bank, man.
The police arrested them and confiscated the items, selling them off to a nearby jewelry store for $1,300. They are now searching for a third person who appeared in the video. You better be careful at gas stations now. What happens to this lady is truly disturbing and shows how we must stay aware of our surroundings. Watch this lady exit her car to fill up her gas. During this, a man parks right beside her car, acting like he is there for gas too. Little did the woman know that he was there with bad intentions. He hesitates for a bit, but just as he realizes that the woman is focused on the gas, he opens the woman's car door and takes out her purse. He moves swiftly and then continues to get back into his car. This way, the man succeeded in fleeing the scene without making a mess. The woman was totally unaware of this happening. This man enters a store and immediately shows his weapon, demanding money while nervously looking around multiple times. A man entered a restaurant and appeared to break what looked like the cash register at the counter. He grabbed the register and made a run for it. He gets chased by an employee. On the run, a brave bystander tripped the thief, causing him to drop the item. The man had no time and fled from the scene. At least he was unsuccessful in stealing anything, and went away empty-handed. A man was visiting a bank on an ordinary day when he suddenly encountered a robber threatening the employees with a weapon. However, the man soon discovered that the weapon was actually a fake. He decided to confront the robber, who then fled the scene. The courageous man gave chase and eventually caught the robber. As a result, he was later recognized by the police and rewarded for his bravery. In bustling New York City, a 42-year-old woman was going about her day, just like everyone else. She stood at the gas station, filling her car, unaware of the hidden danger lurking nearby. A white Porsche pulled up on her blind side, but its occupants had sinister plans. Before this incident, these thieves had been scouting the area, blending in with aimless cruising. Seizing the moment, one of them stealthily slipped into the woman's still-running SUV and sped away. In the chaos, the woman was dragged briefly into the road, lucky to escape with minor injuries. The thieves didn't get far before ditching the car, but they made off with the woman's personal laptop, leaving her shaken and vulnerable. This tale reminds us of the dangers hidden in the mundane moments of life. Gas stations may seem like easy targets for armed robberies, but the danger of getting caught is real. Surveillance cameras are always watching, and the chances of facing conviction are high. In one such incident, at a gas station, Brant Owens was behind the counter when a man approached, brandishing a weapon. The robber demanded everything she had, threatening bodily harm if she didn't comply.
Hurry up. Everything.
Trembling with fear, she emptied the cash registers, but the impatient assailant insisted on her personal belongings.
Everything. Cash register. I don't have anything, sir. Hey, get the cash now. Hurry up. You got about 5 seconds. I'm hurrying, sir. 1, 2. I don't know how to open the cash register, sir. Hurry. Here. Give me your purse. I have no money in it. Give me your purse now.
Despite her pleas, he took her meager $2 before departing. After he left, she broke down in terror.
Rest of the money. That's all there is. I know you got more than one. All I have, sir. Wait, just wait. Don't leave me.
Thankfully, a concerned customer called the police, leading to the arrest and subsequent 10-year prison sentence for the robber, Cody Williams. A gang of bikers storms into a gas station, all decked out in helmets and riding in huge numbers. What's odd is they're not wearing matching gear, making it tough to figure out which gang they belong to. Some of them rush into the store, grabbing things off the shelves. One biker's bike topples over, and he needs a hand to lift it. It's chaos, with no clear leader, just like headless chickens. No violence, but they sure took over that gas station. In almost every job, there are difficult people to deal with. When you start your work shift, you don't expect to face dangerous situations like people pulling out weapons or causing trouble. This story is about a gas station worker who definitely doesn't get paid enough for what happened. As he was giving change to a customer, the customer took something from the counter and put it in his pocket. A police officer nearby got nervous, thinking the customer was stealing candy. The officer pulled out his weapon, making everyone tense.
I paid for it. Put it back, police officer. I just paid for this.
They tried explaining the situation, but the officer didn't want to listen.
You paid for it? Yeah. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. My apologies. You know who I am, right? Yeah, I know.
Finally, when the cashier confirmed the customer had paid for the candy, the tension eased. A drunk man walked into the gas station's store. He was stumbling as he walked down the aisles. You could see that he couldn't stand straight. He swayed and staggered. He tried to open the fridge, but fell to the ground in a big crash. He struggled to stand up for a long time. An older man in another aisle saw him and came to help. They got him on his feet and tried to send him on his way. But when he reached the door, he couldn't open it and fell backward, landing on his butt. He struggled to stand up again. It turned out to be a well-built criminal using a hammer. He hit the glass door. Eventually, he created an imperfect entrance and entered a gas station. He stepped back to grab a bag and was joined by his partner in crime. Both of them walked with determination, clearly knowing what they wanted to steal and where to find it. The situation is dangerous due to their bold actions and the potential for escalation. Two people strolling across the screen seem like ordinary folks entering a gas station. However, a sinister truth lurks beneath the facade. The woman leading the way is a hostage, shadowed by a tall man, her captor. Deceptively calm, the suspect casually greets the clerk as they enter. A subtle shift in their body language hints at the impending danger. Watch closely, as not everyone can pick up on these signs. The astute gas station clerk, with keen eyes, discerns something amiss. He refrains from alerting the woman and discreetly moves to the door as the suspect exits. Suddenly, he intervenes, blocking the suspect's path and safeguarding the woman. A tense confrontation unfolds, with the suspect reaching for what appears to be a weapon. The clerk's timely actions thwart the assailant's escape, allowing the police to catch up. A shocking revelation emerges. The suspect had subjected the woman to a harrowing ordeal, including a wound and forced ATM withdrawals. The danger was palpable, lurking behind the ordinary facade of a gas station visit. In Newcastle, there's quite a story to tell. Picture this: an unusual thieving duo, consisting of a man and his trusty Staffordshire Terrier. It's closing time at the gas station, and they stroll in, ready for some mischief. The man's weapon of choice? A meat cleaver, and he's not afraid to brandish it, terrifying the clerk. The poor victim has no choice but to comply, filling a little pink bag with cash.
He will hit me with the meat cleaver knife if I don't do it hurry.
They make their escape, fleeing with $250 and $1,000 worth of cigarettes. In this gripping tale, a man, engrossed in his phone call, unwittingly invites danger. His guard is down, and he doesn't see the threat lurking. A mysterious figure in a hood approaches, concealed and menacing. Then, the unthinkable. A weapon materializes, and the car owner, paralyzed by fear, surrenders. No fight to be found. The danger is real. Choosing to walk away alive, even with the agony of watching a criminal flee in your car, can be the wisest move. Let's hope there's a tracker on that Bentley, because luxury shouldn't exist without protection. Here's to hoping this man reunites with his prized possession. At the stroke of midnight, a chilling scene unfolded. Behind the counter, concealed from view, a thief lay in ambush, clutching a menacing firearm. On the other side, the hapless cashier stood, trembling with fear. His eyes locked onto the barrel of the weapon pointed straight at him. The gas station's watchful surveillance camera recorded this harrowing event. The danger was palpable, and the threat loomed large. At that moment, in the heart of Canarsie, Brooklyn, the cashier became a victim. His mobile phone vanished, and a substantial sum was pilfered from the cash register. While we witnessed just one robber with a weapon, the police knew that this criminal had a partner in crime. On November 13th, something quite sneaky was happening at a Hendersonville gas station. You might not believe it, but there were thieves on the prowl, and their target was not candy or gadgets, but diesel fuel, a whopping 4,200 gallons of it. That's like stealing a treasure chest worth nearly 20 grand. These cunning culprits had a plan. They used a modified Chevy truck and a U-Haul to load up their loot. The Chevy had huge 200-gallon tanks and fancy pumps to quickly pump out the stolen fuel. They were like modern-day pirates, plundering the gas station. But here's the twist. These swindlers were not just ordinary robbers. They had a secret weapon, a fuel manipulator, that tricked the gas pump into charging them next to nothing.
4,200 gallons over several hours in our gas station alone. And they're able to manipulate the price too. In this case, it was like pennies on the dollar for the diesel fuel.
They were stealing gallons for just pennies. 3 weeks later, the law finally caught up with one of the thieves thanks to some fancy camera work. They seized his truck, but the mystery is far from solved. Where is all that stolen diesel fuel going, and who's pulling the strings behind this large-scale operation? A daring robber, not content with just one heist, strikes the same store twice within minutes. Each time, he conceals his identity with the same eerie mask and wields a menacing weapon. The danger looms as he enters, pointing the weapon at trembling cashiers, demanding every penny in the register. On the first visit, he swiftly robbed the counter, and on his return, he confronted the manager, leaving no cash drawer unemptied. This relentless thief made off with approximately $200 on both occasions. The constant threat of his return haunts the staff, a face they see every time they close their eyes. But the danger doesn't stop there.
He used a .45 revolver, so he did point it at us as soon as he walked in. Every time I would go to sleep, I would see his face. So it's scary.
Just days earlier, outside the store, another shocking robbery occurred. A woman trying to fuel her car fell victim to a cunning duo. While she struggled with one thief over her phone, the other snuck into her vehicle, snatched her purse, and fled in their getaway car. Though the manager insists the outside robbery isn't connected to the store's misfortunes, 3 robberies in 1 week cast a chilling shadow of fear. This crazy scene happened at an Arco gas station near Launcher Boulevard. There's this guy at the front wearing a ski mask, and he's smashing the glass with something heavy. He's making way for a bunch of others behind him, all waiting for the door to give in. It's like they planned this. Dozens of them rush into the store as soon as the door breaks. They grab stuff, loads of stuff. They stole thousands of dollars worth of goods and trashed the place. And guess what? There was a lady in the store too. She hid in the bathroom, scared, while these looters did their dirty work. It's dangerous out there. This person was quietly taking things from a gas station and putting them in their pockets. But the person who runs the store noticed. They locked the door so the thief couldn't leave. They searched for the thief and found the stolen things in their pockets. The thief got caught in the act. In this interesting scene, we're not looking at the car with a broken window or the littered butt ice can. Instead, we're focusing on a lady who walked into the store. She wanted gas but got impatient and wandered to the coolers for a drink. After some indecision, she returned to the line. Then, she checked out the candy but decided against it. She sneaked some gum into her pocket and pondered chips, but she deemed them too pricey. She also glanced at Hostess and Little Debbie snacks.
Good evening, cashier. Live security team here. This is just to inform you, the lady customer standing near to the counter in black jacket. She is hiding a candy in her jacket pocket. Customer, please take the candy out as we are watching you live. Go check my candy.
Customer, we have the video evidence against you. Kindly take out the candy and let you have to go 900.
Finally, she settled on some Doritos and paid for them, ignoring multiple alerts about her pocketed candy. Things escalated fast in Lancaster, California. You see, there was this lady at the gas station, and she was growing impatient. She thought the guy in front of her was being way too slow while filling up his car. But here's the twist. She wasn't just any annoyed driver. She actually worked at the gas station. A witness, quick on their feet, decided to record the whole situation on camera.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Oh, right now. Oh, right now. I told you to move.
I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, call the cops. He's witness right here.
Witness of what?
I told you 2 times.
He's a witness? He's a witness for
Yes,
your
go.
freaking car.
I told you to
I'm
move.
not doing anything
Long
illegal.
time ago.
I'm here to buy some freaking gas. I'll buy some gas.
I told you
and
long
you
time
fucking
ago.
smash-
I'm breaking. Go and call the police. I told you 2 times already, okay? Not that's the second time. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's real. I told you to move and you did not move.
Why, you ask? Because things were spiraling out of control, and it was getting dangerous. When some folks just want cash, they know robbing the till won't cut it. So, they hatched a plan. They strolled up to those video game machines thinking they'd score some easy money. But danger lurked around the corner. Unlike their earlier success, these guys faced a colossal failure as the machines stood strong. Refusing to give up, they went all out, smashing the machine down and yanking it from the gas station's guts. They shoved it into their getaway car and zoomed into the night. These machines are crime magnets, but the real danger? Not knowing just how much cash they hold. The cost of fuel is making everyone worried these days, but some people resort to really bad ideas to solve their problems. Imagine this. There's a gas station owner, and he notices something strange. More and more fuel was disappearing, but there were no leaks or problems with the equipment. It was like a puzzle he couldn't solve. One day, luck was on his side. He was watching the security cameras live, and he saw a van parked right over one of the underground fuel tanks. The van had a secret trapdoor in the floor. These guys were stealing gas using a hidden hose. When they saw the owner, they sped away. The owner checked the footage from previous weeks and realized this gang had stolen gas from his station 4 times. They got away with 350 gallons, worth around $50,000.
They had a trapdoor in their vehicle, and they would put a hose down there and suck it out with the pump. In this kind of job, every penny counts. You know, we can't afford to lose a single more gallon.
Every drop of fuel is precious, especially in today's tough economy. We hope the owner recovers and the thieves face justice. Stealing like this is a serious danger to our businesses and communities. In this wild and crazy scene, we're following a person who's dangerously close to crossing the street unscathed, but ends up causing chaos instead. This person decides to approach an innocent person at a gas pump, relentlessly pestering them for money. Despite the person's sincere explanation that they only have a credit card, this individual doesn't give up. Things take a dangerous turn when this person throws an ice bag at the other person, narrowly missing them. The situation escalates, leading to more chaos, destruction of property, and even a confrontation with a cashier who doesn't hold back. This individual's antics wreak havoc, causing damage to the store, including trashing fruits and vegetables.
Why you call me a moron? Answer my question first. That's what's wrong, nigga. Call me something else, and you ain't gonna be call me something else. Don't that number, nigga. I'll do that. And I'll get back out. I swear to God, I'll get back out. And stick on my yeah, you said apologize. Apologize to me right now. Apologize, cop. Nigga, that ain't got shit to do with me. Nigga, I'll be right back out. You see your face? You see that? I got you. I'll go to jail, boy. I'm gonna get out with you. I'm gonna smash.
Cyber security, how can we help you?
You worried about this? Get my feelings! You fake it, fuck!
Please leave the store right now, otherwise we have
to because of you! You remember that! This is because of you! When you look at this, this is because of you! You remember that! You tell your fucking boss! This is because of your trash mouth! No more!
Customer, please cooperate with leave the store right now, otherwise we have to call 911.
The police are here! They're saving what? Why are they saving nothing? Except the shit between my toes, you know? What's my temp? You remember this face? Behind my back wall, man! Ah! What? You talk on camera!
As the situation spirals out of control, the police are called, and this person's actions result in potential legal consequences. Despite it all, this individual seems to revel in the chaos, leaving a trail of destruction behind. Something really strange happened at a gas station in Cumberland. Not once, but twice, the same gas station got hit by robbers just days apart. And guess what? It was the same crooks both times. The first time, 2 guys walked in wearing hoodies. One of them had a weapon, and the other was unarmed. They didn't just take the money from the cash register, they cleaned it out and vanished.
They came in and demanded cash from the register, got the money and ran out.
A few days later, these same hoodie-wearing robbers came back. This time, one of them had a small weapon, and the other was still unarmed. They didn't leave a single coin behind, even picking them up one by one. Ever had one of those days when Mondays just seem unbearable? Well, this driver surely did. She appeared to be having an awful day, and by the time the police arrived, it was evident she had taken her frustration out on every car in her vicinity. Things escalated dangerously when she directed her anger towards a building, causing destruction. The situation took a frightening turn when she was taken to Good Samaritan Hospital and aggressively grabbed a nurse's arm, refusing to let go. This incident resulted in her being charged with battery of a medical care provider. Meet the infamous Gatorade Man, renowned for his love of swiping those energy-boosting drinks off the shelves. For ages, this crafty thief has been snatching these neon-hued elixirs without a hint of remorse. Picture this. He saunters in, casually stuffs his bag with all the Gatorade he craves, and coolly struts out without so much as a nod to the cashier. But remember that age-old saying about a thief's luck running out? Well, that fateful day finally arrived for our Gatorade-loving bandit. As he repeated his usual routine, he couldn't help himself. He filled his bag with his beloved beverages, ready for a quick exit. Little did he know that this time, his luck had a twist in store. With a swift press of a button, the store clerk locked the exit. Panic surged through the Gatorade man's veins as he realized he was trapped. Desperation took over, and he pounded on the door, screaming and kicking, but it remained steadfast. In the end, he had to surrender his loot and beg for release. With a final burst of energy, he somehow shattered the glass and escaped into the shadows, leaving behind the danger of his life of crime exposed for all to see. In this video, things start off like any regular late-night visit to a convenience store. There's a woman who seems quite agitated. She becomes increasingly uncomfortable as a man starts filming her with his camera.
Question me. Never wait outside for your dumb ass.
As tension mounts, she gets right up in his face, demanding if he's had his fill of recording her. In a sudden move, she tosses the man's phone away, threatening to sue him.
Do you have enough? Do you have enough?
He retrieves his phone, but she doesn't back down. From a distance, she continues to berate him with insults.
I don't give a you done this ass. They're gonna lock you up for lying.
It's apparent that she feels invincible, not making a hasty exit. Meet this daring couple, who are not only prolific but also incredibly bold in their criminal exploits. They don't shy away from the daylight. In fact, they prefer it. It's not just a petty theft here and there. They've struck at least 4 gas stations in a single weekend. The danger lies in their audacity. Watch closely as the man ingeniously parks his car at the rear of the shop. He scales the building, using an unconventional route over the electrical conduit, heading straight to the roof. There, he swiftly covers the store's satellite dish with foil, cutting off its connection. But that's just the first part of their plan. The second part involves using a stolen credit card for purchases inside the store, all without alerting the cashier to their credit card fraud. This is why disabling the satellite is crucial. Meanwhile, his partner in crime, his wife or better half, browses the store's products, playing their daring game. Beware of these bold gas station bandits. 2 guys walked into a 7-Eleven store thinking they had a clever plan. It was late and the clock was ticking. Their plan? To scare the cashier by pointing a weapon at him and demanding cash. One of them, wearing a blue hoodie, decided to jump over the counter, making the situation even scarier for the cashier. Panicking, the cashier raised his hands in surrender. But then, something unexpected happened. Another person walked in. A police officer in uniform. He saw what was going on and immediately took charge. He pointed his weapon at the robbers, forcing them to hit the floor. Rarely do you witness something so strange and bizarre that it completely defies common sense. Imagine this. A wild video captures a 500-pound bear strolling into a small convenience store late at night as if it were just another shopper. The customers in this extraordinary situation appear to have nerves of steel. They boldly confront the unwelcome bear, scolding it, and eventually they chase it away. However, the danger of the situation is clear. These encounters have occurred repeatedly at this very store, likely involving the same bear. It's more than a mere nuisance. It's a perilous predicament, especially considering that this 16-year-old bear seems to be a regular, albeit rather impolite customer. Two cars pull up to a gas station, one on each side of the pump. They swiftly swap the nozzles. One car drives away while the other stays behind with the fake nozzle in place, waiting for unsuspecting customers.
Well, you can see now, if you look at it, the hose comes across the pump instead of on the side itself.
When someone arrives and inserts the fake nozzle, the thief starts the meter, making the victim unknowingly pay for their gas.
I know people going through hard times, but everybody is, so don't cheat your neighbor.
In a red Volkswagen, a woman forgot her car was connected to a gas pump. She drove off, yanking the pump with her. The man filming followed, documenting her mishap.
I'm so glad I could make you today. I hope you don't have an emergency.
This situation is dangerous. The YouTuber explained it happens when people text and drive without paying attention, yanking the pump off. Imagine you're face to face with a colossal 500-pound bear. Most folks would hightail it out of there, but not this guy on the screen. He tries to shoo the bear from the store. Danger lurks as the bear roars, making him leap back in terror. The bear casually swipes a bag of Snickers before sauntering out, leaving the store worker trembling.
I was on my way to go change the outside trash, and I was walking towards our automatic door, and it opened. And then I seen him try to come in, so I stepped towards him, and then he comes into the store, kind of lunges at me.
Even when animal control arrives, the bear can't resist one last candy grab. Talk about a wild shopping spree. This lady made a big mistake by leaving her car key inside while getting gas. A sly guy spotted an easy target and pounced, jumping into her SUV. Despite her brave struggle and a spray of fuel, he drove off, nearly injuring her. She panicked, begging for her phone to dial 911.
She was panicked and asking for her phone to call 911.
Quick police action saved the day, launching a manhunt with police dogs. They found her abandoned SUV, but the suspect had vanished.
It was a car we have never seen before. How it was parked askew. We could see it right outside our window. We knew something was wrong once we saw all the police lights.
The strange, skewed parking outside our window hinted at trouble, and the flashing police lights confirmed it. A man strutted into a gas station without any clothes. The only thing in his grip was a menacing machete. With a crazed look, he demanded cash, clothes, and a phone from anyone nearby. Eyewitnesses reported he even hurled the machete at his victim, despite compliance. Thankfully, his aim was abysmal. He rambled naked through the streets, disrupting peace and halting cars. Ultimately, the police chased him down and returned him to where he belonged: prison. A clear danger to society. Sometimes, fighting back can be riskier than fleeing. In this video, two men tried to rob a woman at a gas station. Instead of being a victim, she fought back. They fled but got caught on camera, leaving undeniable evidence of their crime. Fighting back can have dangers, but so does running away. Robert's desperate act of smashing a video game machine for quick cash was a stark reminder of how far people would go for money. In another unsettling incident, a mysterious hooded man entered a gas station, calmly engaging with a paid video game machine before succumbing to rage and stealing money from it. A second man swiftly left the scene, shrouded in anonymity, making it incredibly challenging to track him down, a reminder of the inherent dangers of such actions. Always be aware of your surroundings. At the local gas station, a man knew his victim wouldn't notice. With practiced ease, he swiped her wallet from her pocket. He likely spent time observing her for the perfect moment. Danger lurks when we least expect it. He vanished with her belongings, unseen and unchallenged. This person is not quite right in the head, judging from his sing-song voice and wild dance moves. He goes on a rampage, pushing goods off the counter, yelling at cops, and throwing tantrums like a 4-year-old. Thankfully, the police step in and save us from more of his disastrous antics, but the danger lurks in unpredictable outbursts like this. Look at them. They're not carrying backpacks or books, but machetes and bats. Dressed in black with hoodies and masked faces, they stormed Rama's store, wrecking and grabbing. Shoppers quickly scattered, fearing the worst. These boys stole more than just money and drugs. They stole peace and safety from the store. As the person entered the gas station store, temptation gnawed at them, leading them to attempt a petty theft of a drink. However, their ill-fated endeavor took an unexpected turn when they tried to make a quick exit, only to find the door locked. Sympathy might tug at one's heart for this unfortunate soul, but it's essential to remember that theft remains a wrongful act, regardless of circumstances. In the gas station store, a woman swiftly swiped an item, concealing it in her bag before casually strolling out. The act was a brazen theft, executed with unsettling ease. Once upon a stormy day, folks found themselves in quite a pickle at a gas station. No, it wasn't a scene from a movie, but a real-life adventure. A tornado had danced through, leaving chaos behind. The gas station, once bustling with cars and chatter, now resembled a tornado's playground. In a video captured during the aftermath, it's like something out of a disaster movie. Everything lay in ruins, as if nature had decided to play a game of destruction.
We parked right over there. Our car got blown away, but the front door was just right there. And so we were right in here. That right there is where we climbed out. All right, so here is the inside. We made kind of like a beer wall to climb up.
The gas station, well, it was barely recognizable. In the dead of night, the surveillance camera vigilantly scans the store's interior. It's eerily quiet, with no sign of any employees or management. The stillness is almost haunting. However, keep your eyes trained on the top right corner of the screen. A break-in unfolds before your eyes. A man darts into the store, vaulting over the counter, driven by some urgent need. He ransacks the shelves, hastily grabbing whatever he desires. But the danger doesn't stop there. Another figure, a woman this time, follows suit, leaping over the counter to join the criminal escapade. With equal haste, they loot the store before vanishing into the night through the very opening they created. Hold on to our final clip, which is the most scariest and most creepiest one. And if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our creepiest videos. On a fateful day in April 2013, two brothers, Joker and Tamilnev, did a terrible thing. They put bombs near the finish line of the Boston Marathon. It was a sad act of terror. 3 people lost their lives, and 281 others got hurt. After this terrible crime, the brothers went to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. There, they took the life of a police officer when they tried to steal his weapon, but they didn't stop there. They took a man named Dungmen's car. But here's the scary part. Instead of hurting him, they drove him around town. Eventually, they ended up at a gas station. They went inside, and one of them even grabbed a snack without paying. When Dungmen saw a chance, he ran away. Dungmen found safety in another store and called 911.
911 recorded line. Which
Hello, how are you, sir?
of your emergency?
Yeah, I am in mobile gas station, 816 Memorial Drive. I have one 816 Memorial Drive.
Correct. Is there any apartment number, sir?
No, 816.
I understand. 816 Memorial Drive. Is there a floor
gas station,
or an apartment?
mobile gas station.
The mobile gas station.
Yeah. I have one came inside now, and he told me some One want to shoot him, and he stay inside, and he want to leave.
So this is at Memorial Drive in Main Street, correct?
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Is the gentleman there?
Yeah. He's inside. He don't want to leave the gas station.
I know. Can I speak with him?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
The 911 operator tried to help him and sent the police.
Hello, sir. Please help me.
Hello, sir.
Please help me. Please help me.
Sir.
Someone took my car.
They took
and they want to steal my car. Then, sir, hello?
Sir, listen to me. I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
All right, just take a deep breath. Okay.
Okay.
Tell me what happened. Somebody took your car?
Yeah.
And what happened when they took their car?
They say that they did the explosion, marathon explosion. They are Muslims.
They what?
They are the suspect of the marathon explosion.
Sir, what did he say when he took your car?
Please help me, please. They have guns.
Where are they?
They are in the Shell gas station in Memorial Drive.
They were in front of the gas station?
Yeah, I just got it wrong.
What, are they there now?
Yeah, please come.
And they're at the gas station?
Yes, they took my car. I don't know if they leave or not.
Did they take the car or are they still there?
They take the car. I don't know. I can't watch. I'm not there to watch.
Okay, but do they leave?
I don't know.
So,
just come help me, please.
Sir, they're on their way, but they came up to you, they asked you to get out of the car, and they took your car.
No, they took my car like a half an hour ago, and they drive me around to find the gas station. Finally, they find one at the Memorial Drive.
And they drove you around?
They drove me around. Yeah, I just got it wrong. When they put the gas, when they're trying to put the gas, I just wrong.
All right.
Can you please come hear me?
Sir, they're already on their way. You just take a deep breath and stay where you are.
Okay.
I'm going to stay on the phone with you.
Dungman described the brothers as coming from the Middle East, maybe from a place like Iran or Iraq. They were around 5'7" inches tall. He couldn't remember exactly what they were wearing.
Okay, what's your name?
My first name is D-U-N.
D-U-N?
Yeah.
Okay. So, now, do you remember what these guys look like?
They're from East Asia. From Middle Asia.
They're from Middle Asia?
Middle Asia. They come from Arabia.
All right. Well.
Yeah, Muslims. They look like from Iran or Iraq somewhere.
Middle Eastern man?
Middle East. Yeah.
Okay. And how tall was he?
It's about 5'7".
5'7"?
Yeah.
What was he wearing?
Wearing?
Yeah, what was he wearing? What kind of clothes? What kind of jacket? Oh,
I don't remember. Can you just quickly, They have guns. They want to shoot at me.
Finally, when the police arrived, Dungman could breathe a sigh of relief. One of the brothers lost his life during a manhunt, and the other was arrested and sentenced for their many crimes. The story ends with a nap at a gas station in Florida, far from the terror of that day. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.